Welcome to D Mason's Rant. I'm D Mason Ranter, and welcome to the Rant Nation. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, guys. I just wanted to jump on here and talk a little bit about, and let me know if you guys have seen this show. It is on Hulu. It's called Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt. Now, Reasonable Doubt, I think I watched a little bit last year, and I wasn't kind of into it. I was kind of like, whatever. I ain't got to see this again. Whatever. Well, excuse me. Well, I decided to go back and watch it again. So there's season 2 popped up. I was like, all right, let me go ahead and check this out. So I watched it, stayed a little bit more engaged. It's interesting, very interesting show. About this lawyer named Jax. She's married with 2 children. High-powered attorney, winning cases left and right. She's bad, she got the black girl magic thing going on and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the interesting thing is she's a very flawed character in this movie. She's a very flawed character in this show. And I say that because she and her husband, they're separated. When the show starts, they're separated. Her and her husband, I forget her husband's name, but her and her husband, yeah, they're separated. So anyway, they're kind of navigating and trying to see what's what. He's picking up the kids, and they're doing the whole kids thing. The kids gonna stay with us this week, stay with you that week, this, that, and the other. In the process of that, Chickadee is out there. She doing some wild stuff. Now, she runs into this old dude that and spoiler alert for those of you that have not seen it, are going to watch it, haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert. So she runs into this old dude played by Michael Ealy. His name is, I think it was Paul or David or something like that. But anyway, so he was in jail for years. And apparently she got him, she was trying to help him and, wasn't able to help him back then. But anyway, he stayed really infatuated with her. But when he came out, he moved like into a neighborhood where her church is. And they ran into each other at X, Y, and Z. They caught up in this, that, and the other way. Ended up having an affair. And so Jax, she's like, oh, wow, this guy really sees me in X, Y, and Z, and he makes me feel like this, and makes me feel like that. My husband makes me feel like, all that kind of stuff they got going on. So she's kind of delving into this thing with him. And she's still married. And so what ends up happening is this dude is actually cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And kudos to Mike Ealy. Mr. Ealy, because he played this role very well. Like, he played this role to the hilt. Like, he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And so he became obsessed with her, and like he's like stalking her, and he didn't break into her house. He shows up at her house one day, and she has another guy there. He beats the guy almost to a bloody pulp. It got crazy, and then she realizes, okay, let me go ahead and let this man go. Let me leave him alone. I'm just gonna go ahead and be with my husband and do my husband and family thing, get this right. So she's trying to do all that. In the process of this, the guy, she tells him this, and he kidnaps her. Now, I don't know why she thought telling this crazy man something like this wasn't nothing going to go down. But he kidnaps her. The process of it ends up offing himself, unaliving himself, as they like to say on YouTube. And so, it's just following her life and just navigating those things, her and her husband having some tension, trying to get back together. Now, here's the crazy thing is, her husband had a camera set up in their living room. Now, Jax, he assigned a security guard to watch the family since he wasn't going to be able to be there. And he's got a camera set up. Now, the security guard and the wife, they feeling each other. And they starting to get it in. And the husband, he put a security camera in the living room. And he's watching this and smoking a cigarette. Like, and enjoying this. I'm like, what? So anyway, so there's that. By the way, that's the guy that got beat to a bloody pulp by Mr. Ely. But yeah, this show is just wild. But anyway, so now they're trying to do the right thing by each other, and this is coming into season 2, where they're in counseling and things like that. She's going through a whole slew of things because she had to revisit the fact that her stepfather tried to groom her, and the way her mom handled it wasn't as good as she should have handled it. And so she dealt with that trauma. She kept that to herself. She never told her husband. She never told anybody except one good friend. And then that came to a head when her stepfather, became sick and then passed away and things like that. So she had to deal with that trauma. Then she had to deal with the trauma of being kidnapped and almost killed and X, Y, and Z. She's dealing with all this stuff in season 2 now. She's going through counseling and also trying to get back together with her husband. Her and her husband are trying to do right by each other. So there's the challenges there. In the process of this, now one of her friends, she's got like 3-4 best friends that she hangs out with. One of her best friends is in a very abusive, toxic relationship with some famous rapper guy or whatever he is. Anyway, the friend kills her husband or unalives her husband. And so she calls Jax, because Jax is a lawyer, and tells her. So now she's dealing with that. But the thing is, what Jax does is she's like, all right, you need somebody who's going to be good. You need a criminal attorney, and I'm going to get somebody for you. So she goes and she gets Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut is a good actor, man. I enjoy watching him. And so he comes in, and now he's this lady's attorney, and he's trying to help her. Now him and Jax are bumping heads because the way they lawyer is 2 different types of ways. So it's an interesting slew of a show. A whole lot of different little things going on there. But yeah, it's called Reasonable Doubt. Hope you guys check it out. Let me know what you guys think about it. Very entertaining. They're in season 2 now, and they only have 2 episodes on there. 2 episodes that are on it right now. At least from the way I'm watching, it's 2 episodes that are on it right now. But anyway, check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I am D Mace, your ranter, and this is the Rant Nation. Hope that you have a great Saturday night, and an even better Sunday, and an even better week. Bye-bye.